If you want to know about Stone Cold Steve Austin and the true meaning of Austin 316, give me a hell yeah. Hey guys, what's up? This is APW. Thank you for joining APW Talk. Today is Austin 316. I knew I was going to talk about Dusty Rhodes, but I will be talking about that tomorrow. And on Monday, I'm going to be talking about the history of Lucha Libre. So we're going to talk about why is Austin 316 so important? What's the purpose of Austin 316? How good is Stone Cold Steve Austin? What's the purpose of Stone Cold Steve Austin being the best in WWF? What is the true meaning of Stone Cold Steve Austin? What does he do? And how is he so popular in the WWE? Well, we're going to start off with that fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't always Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was known as a kid as Stephen James Anderson, a little boy from Austin, Texas. You see, he was born on December 18th of 1964 when he used to be a great wrestler, married 4 times, 2 children. And when it comes to Stone Cold, you can't deny how great he was. With his rivalries against The Rock, his rivalries against Mr. McMahon, the McMahon family, every single person in that time, from the moment he became special guest general manager, from the time he became a special guest referee for Umaga versus Bobby Lashley for a Battle of the Billionaires, even to the time where he actually had a hair when he was known as Stunning Steve Austin. So before he became Stone Cold, he was known as a man named Stunning Steve Austin, trained under Chris Adams, a tag team partner from gorgeous Gino Hernandez, saying that at the age of 7 or 8 years old, he wanted to be a wrestler after watching his very first wrestling match. But the reason it's known as 316 Day is because on March 16th of 1996, he challenged Jake the Snake Roberts in the finals of the King of the Ring and won. It was interviewed by Don Hendricks. This is the speech that made Austin 316 known so well. Doc Hendricks said, "What is the next thing you want to tell about Jake the Snake Roberts?" Well, Doc Hendricks asked him that question, and Austin said, "The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Don't just get him out of the ring, get him out of the WWF, because I proved, son, without a shadow of doubt, you ain't got what it takes anymore. You sit there and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your songs, talk about 316. Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. All he's got to do is go buy him a cheap bottle about Thunderbird and try to dig back some of that courage he had in his prime. As the king of the ring, I'm serving notice to every one of the WWF superstars. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list. That's Stone Cold's list. And I'm fixing to start running through all of them. And remember, as far as this championship match is concerned, son, I don't give a damn if it's Davey Boy Smith or Shawn Michaels. Steve Austin's time has come. And when I get that shot, you're looking at the next WWF champion. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. And that's where Stone Cold says so came from. Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the greatest of all time. Coming up with stunners, coming up with battles, coming up with things that it was really hard for people to understand. What? Shut up. So, therefore, we see that Stone Cold Steve Austin ended up talking like that. But more about Stone Cold is that he was one of the greatest wrestlers in the Attitude Era, giving a lot of effort, giving a lot of promise to the WWE universe, even to being inducted into the Hall of Fame back in 2009. So the thing about that is that he really showed up in the great sense of showing up with people that he could be anything he wanted to be. He could show the world what he wanted to show. He could be around those people and be himself, and with the beer drinking. And that's really what he was all about. And it's 316 days, so it became a holiday for the WWE universe, and that's a really exciting thing for everybody, especially for me, because this is a lot of stuff that many people like us that we see as fans and as professional superstars, that it's something that we all want to look on to be around, like, and it's something that when it comes to superstars, fans, and family, generations. That's what Stone Cold Steve Austin was. He really ruled out the Attitude Era. He really ruled out that rivalry with The Rock. He really ruled out the WWF. He really brought in people. He brought in crowds. He brought out a lot of entertainment. He brought out a lot of energy. Um, he really brought in what WWF was about at the time and what WWE is today. And when his last match was WrestleMania 18. So, and after losing, actually it was 17. Sorry, WrestleMania 17, that he lost and left, and because it was WrestleMania 18 that it was The Rock and Mick Foley. Well, when they were tag team partners of Rock and Sock Connection. But anyway, that was what Stone Cold stood by. And today he has his own podcast, Broken Skull Session. And Kevin Owens unfortunately didn't have a match at WrestleMania 38. So he was like, let's do a Kevin Owens show and bring Stone Cold. And I felt like that show was a trap, and it led him to having a match. Remember, he hasn't wrestled since WrestleMania 17. And now that he's back, he's challenged by Kevin Owens, beats him fair and square with a stutter. I'm surprised he can still do it, especially at his age. And then, McMahon against McAfee, because Theory lost to McAfee, and now as revenge, Stone Cold comes to the rescue, stuns Theory, and stuns McMahon. It botched it. It didn't look good. So I don't think a lot of people paid attention to that. I know I paid attention to that. And then he stuns McMahon, and then drinks some beers with McAfee, and then gets stunned by Stone Cold, and then grabs another beer. Stone Cold is the definition of WWE. If we look up to the WWE Mount Rushmore, my Mount Rushmore is going to be The Rock, John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Roman Reigns. Those four men have defined what it means to become champion. And for my four Mount Rushmore, for a woman, I'm going to have to say it's going to be Moolah, Young, Charlotte Flair, and most importantly, Chyna. So actually, let's switch Charlotte Flair for Trish Stratus, because all those four women are great. These four men are great. Stone Cold is really on top of that list, and it's something that's been going on around. Even Stone Cold's real wife Deborah, who was once his manager, turned his back on him and became manager of his greatest rival, The Rock. So that was a really, really great session. It's what Stone Cold really stood by. Besides flipping people off, unfortunately, I'm not going to be flipping people off, or I'm going to get in trouble on YouTube and with a lot of people, and I'm not going to be prepared for that. So until next time, this is APW. Thank you for joining APW Talk. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about the son of a plumber known as Dusty Rhodes and what his legacy made to create NXT for the new generation, and also, most importantly, how his son Cody, when he was from AEW, now he returns back to WWE. Can he make his father proud by defeating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39? We're going to find that out tomorrow at the legacy of Dusty Rhodes. And on Monday, I'm going to be talking about the history of Lucha Libre, the WWE Lucha Libre, as the Booyaka, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Sin Cara, Mil Máscaras, and so many more legends of Lucha Libre. Till next time, this is APW. Thank you for joining APW Talk. Peace out.